Aloha, I'm Dr. Val, psychologist.
And I'm Dr. Mark, agronomist or plant scientist.
And today's Coronavirus Days tip is entitled Call a Timeout. We were thinking about what would be most effective in helping you guys to manage the relational struggles that are inevitable during this coronavirus days, sheltering in place, quarantining, being cooped up together. And we came up with calling a timeout. It's a very effective and efficient tool for helping with those relational issues.
So when do you do it? Well, for me, I do it when I get really angry or when I'm very irritated or frustrated and feel like I'm just going around in this, we're going around in a circle. So when you feel those places or those feelings, call a timeout.
And I will admit, I also have been frustrated and irritated enough to need a timeout. So why should you call a timeout? Well, let me tell you that each thought, each feeling is associated with an electrical chemical process in our brain. And every time we get angry and frustrated, those chemicals that are associated with anger and frustration are produced and they wash over the brain. Now, why is that a problem? Because that's what directs your ability to think, your ability to reason, and your ability to connect with other people. And so I call it chemical crap. We want to get rid of the chemical crap as best we can. Why? Because that expresses the hurt that we feel inside, and we start acting out of that hurt. And hurting people hurt people.
So how do you do it? Well, the first thing you do, or I do, is I say I need this timeout. So owning the fact that I need it and don't blame it on the other person. And then the second thing to do is to set a time. I'll be back in 10 minutes or I'll be back in an hour. I'll be back later, but I need some time just to cool down.
And take that time to cool down. Maybe you want to pray a little bit, maybe you want to just take a walk, but take that break and allow those chemicals to dissipate. And then finally, assure the person, if you can, assure them that you're going to be back. Because in the midst of the conflict, what we want to do is set the foundation of security and safety. And you can't do that when you're feeling abandoned. So please try and do all three of those. Own it, set a time, and then be back and assure the other person that you're going to be back. So thank you so much for allowing us to enter into your lives. We really believe that this tip is effective for helping in relationships this coronavirus season when we're together, cooped up, and the tempers might flare. But there's something you can do. Use this tool within the family context as well as marital and other relationships. So bless you guys.
Aloha.